That is Boaty McBoatface admitting defeat.
And with that sorted out, it was time to address the C3's practicality. To answer this, we've come to France, where an armed robbery is in progress.
Burglars anglaises avec visage horrible are maintenant making their escape in a red 1972 De Tomaso Pantera GTS.
Ouais, j'ai à vous, 5 par 5.
Oui.
Au-dessous et sautier. Right. Let's do this! All around the world, police forces normally have pretty good cars. The Americans have Crown Vics, Germans have BMs, Italians have Alphas. But France has always been a bit of a burgling free-for-all because you knew that you were only ever going to be chased by Inspector Clouseau in a diesel Renault Megane. Well, not today, because I'm in an Aircross and I've got a moustache.
To make my life a bit tricky, the robber's Pantera wasn't standard. It had an all-aluminium 7-litre V8 producing 550 horsepower, 4 times more than I had. I caught up with them.
Oh, heavens! Oh, damn it!
It was beginning to seem that despite my best efforts, I wouldn't be able to catch the Pantera. But then, when all seemed lost, the Citroën played its trump card and didn't break down, whereas the Pantera reverted to type and did.
There you go, son. Oh, God. He's using hair dye. Anyway, it's now time for the final test, the big one. The answer to the question I'm asked 5 or 6 times a day.
Italy is a difficult country to invade because it's surrounded on 3 sides by sea and on the 4th by mountains. These mountains, the Alps.
But back in 218 BC, a Tunisian general called Hannibal did cross those mountains using elephants to carry his gear. And what I want to know is, could he have used an aircross instead? I mean, obviously, the aircross wasn't invented 200 years before the baby Jesus, but if it had been, could he have used it?
We know that the Citroën is powerful and torquey, but what really matters on a job like this is traction.
Go. And that's where this knob down here comes in. It engages something called the grip control system, and that sounds like a gimmick, but it isn't. Oh, cool. Oh, God.
Is powerful and torquey, but what really matters on a job like this is traction.
Go. And that's where this knob down here comes in. It engages something called the grip control system, and that sounds like a gimmick, but it isn't. Oh. Yes, look at the little Citroën clawing away. No elephant could do this. I am zooming up here. God knows what sorcery the computers are using to keep me going here, but they are.
With the sat-nav telling me Italy was just 2 miles away, I found another path.
I'm past 2,000 meters here. Christ, if I go over the edge now. Go. Oh, dearie me. For God's sake. Whoops.
Finally, the border moved into view.
Come on, little aircross. There you are. Clever car. So there we are. Faster than itself at the test track, strong enough to pull a ship, big enough for the entire Jolly family and a horse, and better at invading Italy than an elephant.
Really? How many seasons? Happy little car. Very good.
Are you all right? In the head, I mean.
What do you mean?
We learned nothing.
You did? You learned it could get to the top of that mountain even though it doesn't have four-wheel drive?
Yeah, but what about things that matter to people who buy that sort of car? What about, you know, boot, interior, space?
I did boot.
Safety, okay, safety, insurance group, all that.
It's a bit boring.
I mean, okay, let's start. Isn't that Citroen basically, tell me if I'm right, the same car as the Vauxhall Crossland?
It is.
Yes, it is. Good point. So, for instance, would you buy one of those instead? Good.
Well, you can't have the Vauxhall with the grip control system, so it's no good as an elephant.
No, the elephant test isn't actually relevant. Is there not something... OK, the Vauxhall, is it... How easy is it to vacuum out the interior? There you go.
I knew you were going to mention that. So what I did was I took the Vauxhall down to a man who knows a thing or two about vacuuming, none other than Sir Dyson. Can you get that bit in there? Any good?
Brilliant.
Is it?
Very easy. Brilliant.
Sir James Dyson doing a test, an important test for us there. Actually was James Dyson.
Just a minute.
What?
Sir James Dyson is developing a new solid-state battery.
Yes.
He is working on the future of global personal transport.
Yeah.
And you've wasted his whole afternoon vacuuming out the interior of a Vauxhall.
Yes.
You have literally speeded up the end of the world.
Yes. Yes, I have, and on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.